How's it going, everyone, and welcome back to another heavy metal diecast video. And what have we got? We've got one from Hobbymaster, of course, in 1/72nd scale diecast. It is the Lockheed F-104D Starfighter from the Puerto Rican Air National Guard in 1974. It is from the 198th Tactical Fighter Squadron. They were formed as the 198th Fighter Squadron in 1946 after World War II, and in 1962 would become a Tactical Fighter Squadron equipped with the F-86H Sabres. But in 1967 would start transitioning to these beautiful F-104 Starfighters. In 1975, the 198th retired the Starfighter, being the last United States Air Force unit to do so, and it would be replaced by the A-7D Corsair 2s. Now, let's open this one up and have a little look. Oh, look at that. Yep, that paint scheme is awesome. That livery looks fantastic. It's got a couple of pilots. This is the two-seater version, of course, and it does have some information in the flap. So, yep, let's get this thing out of the box and get our hands on it and have a real good look at it. All right, so you do get the usual stand, which is one of these, of course. It's a three-piece stand, all plastic. You do actually get a set of instructions with this one, albeit probably folded up weirdly. This does look to be a big set of instructions, actually. It does look to be for the single-seater, though, because there are a lot of bits and pieces that won't be going on ours. Ours does not have the missiles, I don't think, because these were set up, I think, they carry bombs as well, and they could also carry the sidewinders, I think, on the wingtips of these particular aircraft. Now, we do get the baggie with the ordnance. You do get wingtip fuel tanks, though, but there is no sidewinders in this packet, but you do get some bombs to put on the pylons underneath the wings, of course. And, of course, the in-flight options. Normally, when these are new, they would be in the aircraft, but obviously this is a second-hand one, so we'll get that lid off. Have a little look. So we've got all our canopy options there, because being a two-seater, there is a lot of little pieces that we will need to put on. Also does have that in-flight refueling probe, which is pretty cool. Our pilots and all the gear down accessories there. It comes out nicely. We'll be very, very careful pulling this out of your packet when you get one, because I'm sure the front parts there will be easily broken. Boy, this does look awesome. I always say it when I pick up these types of camo aircraft, I love them. This livery itself looks absolutely fantastic. I do drool over these usual engine details, of course. It does look mighty fine, for sure. Got the American markings there. Now, this is most likely one piece, so that should all pull off and show some beautiful detail in there of the cockpit interior, the ejection seats, all the controls. That is real nice. Put that back on. So the bit of tube is already affixed to the front of that. It does look nice. It's got some different colours on there. And as I said, these do have the in-flight refueling probe on the side here. So always be very, very careful and mindful of handling these aircraft, especially around the front. Yep, very nice. Underneath, the usual deal. So it does have a beautiful sort of off-white colour underneath there, and of course all our points for our landing gear and everything else. All right, what we'll do though is we'll set this up in flight and we'll come right back. All right, here we have it set up for, yes, in flight, nose wheel, just the one door, and then there's 5 pieces for your main landing gear that you do have to put in. It is a fantastic fit, but that is also its Achilles heel, I suppose. Because if you do want to put a gear down, they can be a little bit troublesome to get out because they do fit so awesomely well. And what else does look awesomely well is the fact that this is carrying bombs. It does look really nice set up like that. I did put our pilot figures in there. They squeezed in there nicely. And this is how your beautiful Starfighter is going to look all set up. It does look fantastic. And of course, you put the wingtip tanks on there. And yep, awesome. Yep. 100%. I'm definitely glad I grabbed this for sure. And of course the stand, well, you don't have the sidewinders, so you don't have to worry about missing out and putting those on. So that is pretty cool. And that is for you in flight, guys. That is how your beautiful Starfighter is going to look set up on the stand. And yes, that does look fan-freaking-tastic, of course. All right, that's in flight done, of course. Let's chuck some landing gear on this and we'll throw it on scales and wind up the video. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. All right, we've got the Starfighter set up for gear down, obviously, with everything open up. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces that you've got to put in for the open canopy, which can be a little bit troublesome, especially when you've got these fingers trying to squeeze the parts in between certain areas, like especially putting the open canopy sections on. but it is freaking worth it. It does look absolutely beautiful. That does look awesome. 100%. You do put the landing gear options on, which is those. The nose wheel in-flight door was such a mongrel to get out. But overall, the usual setup for the starfighters, it does set up nicely. Once you eventually get those in-flight gear bay doors open, of course, or out of their positions, they are tight. The main landing gear closed doors, like in-flight doors, once you get one off, then you've got access to pop the rest off nicely. It's just that nose wheel one that was a freaking pain in the ass. But yeah, that's just one of those things. But that is the pros and cons of having an awesomely good fit. But let's throw this on the scales, of course, and we'll wind up the video for you. All right. Once again, this is definitely a beauty. I am pretty damn happy with it. We'll put it gently on the landing gear, of course. I did notice the nose wheel was a little bit loose, so hopefully it won't drop off. We've got 151 grams. That is not a bad weight for this model. It is a nice streamlined fighter, of course. I do love the 104. They do look beautiful, and especially in the sea camo, boy oh boy, that is on point for sure. All right, the usual deal, I'll take some photos of this joyfully and throw them on at the end for those of you that care to view those close-up pictures. Don't forget, if you did find the video helpful, some of those my way would be awesome. Don't forget to punch that subscribe button as well if you have yet to join up to the channel, and drop a comment below if you've got something to say. As I say, I do try to respond to all comments whenever I get the chance to. And finally, of course, thank you, the viewer. Yes, you guys. Thank you for dropping past to check out another one of my videos. I hope you did enjoy the model you saw today from Hobbymaster. Thanks again for watching. Happy hunting for your next model. Cheers, everyone.